Hello, this is Amber Wood, and welcome to my video. Today we are starting a travel series. So if you like traveling, stay tuned. I'm actually going to do a 3-part travel series. The first part today is going to be makeup and beauty, packing, what to bring, how it all works, and what actually did I use on the trip. Then part 2 will be packing a baby. Now, I've done a lot of traveling in my time, but traveling with a baby, moms, you know, it's a whole other animal. So I want to do a video about how to pack for the baby, what to bring, and again, what actually worked. So I did some filming on the trip to show if the baby actually used it or not. Part 3 is going to be my travel vlog. So for those that may not know, my husband is Canadian. And so since we had the baby, we got married, we did it all kind of in 1 year. We have had visitors from his family, but there were some people that still hadn't met the baby yet, and we just really wanted to go up and visit and spend some time with family. So part 3 will be a travel vlog to visit our family in Canada. Now, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe below and do it today, 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 today. Thank you. Now, before the trip, I started filming on when I was preparing to pack. So I had an idea in my head of what I wanted to bring, but a lot of times when I travel, I wouldn't pack my makeup until either the day before or the morning of, because obviously a lot of the stuff you're going to be using when you're getting ready to leave. So I had it all kind of organized and set up the way I was packing it, but some of the stuff did change on where I put it or what I actually did bring. So stay tuned to the end to see what I actually used. Okay, so here's what we have so far. I've kind of got it all spaced out on the floor and organized a bit. I've got my foundations. This is my tinted lotion, a stick foundation, and a couple primers. These are all my eyeshadow brushes. I know I'm going a little overboard, but you know. My tweezers and mascara thingy. All these are big brushes or powder brushes, blush, highlighter, foundation, contouring, such and such. Then we've got all of our sprays up here. So a little perfume, primer sprays, setting sprays, and then this is a body spray. Because it was just way too big, so I put it in a little thing. And then here we have all of our mascaras, eyeliners, some glitter, Gimme Brown, my eyelash glue. We've got our concealers, some eyeliners. Here's highlighter. This is a really good thing I use a lot. It's Stila One Step, so it helps correct your color. I really like that a lot. I've got a couple pairs of eyelashes in there. This is a glitter, kind of glittery, shimmery powder. I use it on my chest and arms. Then my setting powder, my MAC. Over here, I've got all of my palettes. So I've got eyeshadow palettes, my blush and bronzer palette. I know I probably am packing too much, but I want to make sure I have what I want throughout the week. So what I've gotten here is the Urban Decay Naked. This one is the Smoky box, so it's got some good smoky colors in there. I also have the Lunar Beauty palette. This one has some good neutrals and then some good pops of color. I also am bringing my Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. Again, good neutrals, nice pops of color. Then Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics. If you don't have this one, you need it because it's such a good palette, and then it's got a huge mirror on there. Really nice, especially for travel. This one is a go-to just like for a daily, everyday makeup. It's got some great neutrals and the shimmers are really pretty. You had me at Hello ColourPop. And then another Urban Decay. This is a Moon Dust, so it's just some sparklies. There it is. Some really pretty sparkle shadows. So if you like any kind of sparkles, this is a great palette to have. And then this one, the Party Animal palette. Got some really pretty colors. I am staying with a couple little girls, and so I'm assuming there might be some makeovers happening. I do have a lipstick bag. So in here I've got Kylie and Jeffree lipsticks, just a bunch of different ones that I might want throughout the week. It's a couple minis from Jeffree, just to kind of save space because I do have the large ones as well. A couple glosses and things like that. So I just have all my lipsticks in that one. And then I'm going to put all the brushes in this bag here. And then all the basic makeup will go in this thing. I don't know if you've seen this thing online. I bought one a while back. Let's see if I can open it up. It just opens up really big and then you cinch it all up together. So I'm going to put all of my makeup in there that's not fluid. I got to keep the fluid separate, obviously. But I'm putting all the like mascaras and liners and all that kind of stuff in there and keep all that together. So when I used to get Ipsy, these little bags were so handy because I'm just using them for everything. I've got the one for lipsticks. This one I've got my Q-tip, cotton balls, little cotton pads, and then I'm going to put my makeup sponges in there as well. So it just kind of keeps everything together but separate, you know, organized, not all just kind of thrown together. It's kind of the plan. Now the reason I have it all spaced out like this is because I do need to use it in the morning, so I can't have it all completely packed up tonight. So I am going to use some of the makeup in the morning when I'm getting ready for the flight. So after I get it on, I'm going to just be able to throw it right in these bags and off we go. Okay, so this is the other section. This is the beauty organization. So not just makeup, but I've got in here's my body wash, lotion, the baby wash, and the baby lotion's in here as well. You gotta have a little bit of highlighter liquid. I can put that in my lotion. You got your little poopery. You gotta have some of that when you're on vacation. In here, you know, I've got my makeup wipes. I'll have my toothbrush, toothpaste, all that kind of stuff in there. Bring in my mirror. So over here we've got our hair stuff, little airbrush leg action. Don't tell anybody, my tan's not real. We got some Rodan and Fields, my reverse. This is all my hair products, some of my shampoo and like gels and stuff like that to have. Now this stuff I'm gonna put in my suitcase. So I'm kind of putting it all in here so that it doesn't, if it busts or something like that, I don't want it like getting all over my clothes. So I'll put it in here and then also put it in a bag just in case. Then my carry-on, I've got extra clothes for the baby. I'll put an extra shirt in here for myself too, just in case. I have some just washcloths, my deodorant, journal. I like to journal when I travel. Charger. This is my first aid kit that I kind of made, another little Ipsy bag. So in here, we've got a thermometer, some baby Tylenol, then I got some Band-Aids and alcohol wipes in there just to have for him. We've got his sunscreen, little copper tin, Aquaphor in case we get fire booty, wipies, diapers, changing pad, and of course, you gotta have a dinosaur. So I think my bag is getting close. Now here's the most important section, are the wipes. As soon as I sit down, we are Cloroxing the crap out of everything. Then we have boogie wipes. You've got your pacifier wipes and your hand and face wipes. You gotta have a little bit of everything. So first off, my travel makeup bag has changed over the years. I've tried many different things, and you guys have probably seen it online. It's this big cinch bag. Oh, there's something still in there. That's a highlighter. There's a big cinch bag, and you just basically throw all your stuff in there. There's one little zipper pouch, but you throw it all in there, and then you cinch it all up. So I used this when I went on a road trip to New Braunfels for Memorial Day, and I just threw all of my stuff in there and cinched it up, tied it, boop, throw it in the bag, you're good to go. But flying is a different story because you can't just throw everything in there. So what I started doing was organizing, okay, liquids need to go here. These powders can go here and that kind of thing. Now, normally when I travel, I don't put my makeup in the bag that I check because I'm scared something might get broken or whatever. And that was the plan before I started packing. But again, I was traveling with a baby. So some things had to take a back seat because I needed more snacks or baby toys or whatever. It just didn't all fit. So other than my normal stuff that I might just have in my purse, the only thing that made it into the carry-on were my palettes because I didn't want those to get broken. And they're kind of important and some are pretty expensive. But the rest of the stuff, either I shoved in my suitcase, my baby's suitcase, or my husband's. I kind of spread it all out. But I had it organized in different bags. I couldn't fit it all in my carry-on with the baby strapped to me. I was wearing him with a carrier and then my carry-on bag. It was just too much. So I had to make a choice. And basically I told my husband, I said, okay, if all my brushes get broken or if this gets lost, you're buying me new ones. And he's like, okay. So we were okay. Everything was fine. Everything made it okay. And I think I did a really good job of organizing and packing it all so that it did stay safe and traveled well in the flight. Now the palettes that actually made it in the travel, my Benefit blush bar. Now you can see I've got two favorites here, obviously. I think it probably would have been a better thing to bring two small powders. That would have been a better choice, but I didn't have these in two small powders, so once I run out, I'm sure I'm gonna go and buy them separately, especially the Hoola. Obviously, you gotta have the Hoola bronzer. Hello. But I did bring this with me. I just wish I had a smaller version of my two favorites, and that would have been better. This I didn't use a lot. I did use when I did the makeovers. I was staying at my sister-in-law's house and her two little girls. She has a now 10-year-old, hey Bailey, and a 6-year-old, Queenie, hello. And then one of my other nieces, Zoe, hey Zoe, they were staying there with us. And so obviously makeovers happened. You had to have glitter. You had to have sparkle for little girls. So this is what I actually ended up using on them. I didn't really use it on myself. I do use it on myself, but just on the trip, I didn't. The two palettes that I used the most, I used my Lunar Beauty and the Androgyny palette. So I did bring those. The one that didn't make it, I talked about before bringing, was the Urban Decay Naked, which I love, Ultimate Basics. But I had so many basic colors in my other palettes that I was bringing, it was just going to be too much. So I ended up leaving that guy. This one is a great one for everyday looks. You had me at hello. It's my ColourPop palette, and I did use this one quite a bit. And then finally, my Urban Decay Naked Smoky Box. There's a shade in there I use a lot for my eyebrows and for my eyes. The other one that I brought, I ended up giving to Bailey for her birthday. The Party Animal palette, I had two of them because one came in the BoxyCharm and I had already bought it. So I took it with me. These are great bright colors, especially for little girls. They love that kind of stuff. I ended up using it during the makeovers, and then I thought, well, let me just give one to Bailey. So I gave it to her. Hey Bailey, hope you like your makeup. So I still have one for myself. Now, as far as this bag, this is where I kept all of my foundations, my concealers, and I ended up using pretty much everything in here. I only brought two foundations. I brought the L'Oreal Infallible, both stick and liquid. The stick is always for a quick little boop, boop, boop. Let's go, hurry up, let's go, let's go, let's go. So that one's always a good one to have, especially on a travel. This is a great one. I ended up using this on the little girls when I did their makeovers because it gave a nice glow. It's Luminous Serum Tint. I've used this many times before. I use it when I go to the gym just so I have something on my face. It's a moisturizer that's got a little bit of color in it, but I used it on the little girls. You know, they don't have any kind of scarring or facial issues, so it just kind of really gave them a beautiful glow to their skin without using a big, heavy, cakey foundation, especially since they're so young. I had a 6-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 12-year-old, so it was great for them. concealer. I brought the Tarte Shape Tape and a Kylie concealer, so I used both of those. The Cover FX, I have a little travel guide that I got when I went to the Jeffree Star and Lipstick Knit class. This was in my swag bag. If you have not watched that video yet, make sure you click above. It's a great video, so you can see the swag bag and what I got in there. Now this primer I've used many times before. I have one that I got in my BoxyCharm, but they gave me a tiny little baby guy, so it was a great one for travel. And then I also brought the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, and I also used that. So all of that stuff got used. The other bag I brought, this one had my Q-tip, some cotton balls, some cotton pads, and my makeup blenders. I brought all of that in this one bag, and I wanted to keep it separate because you don't want that kind of stuff to get, you know, messed up with your makeup. If anything gets, you know, broken, I wanted to keep everything separate so it stayed clean and I knew where it was. So that's one of the things that I really wanted to do, was stay organized. Now this bag was for all my makeup brushes. Now I should have brought less eyeshadow brushes. I will admit that. I did bring too many. But the big brushes, I used all of those. But all of my eyeshadow brushes, I could have scaled that down a little bit. I had this lovely little bag that I used, and it was great. The width of the brushes fits perfectly in this bag, and so that's one of the reasons why I use it. I think I got this bag at Ulta. When I ordered something online, they have a free gift with purchase, and the gift came in this bag. So the other bags, this one I think was an Ipsy bag, and you know, just I get different bags. I think this one is a Clinique. Yeah, this is a Clinique bag. Free gift with purchase. We love a free gift, obviously. This bag I got at the Jeffree Star Lipstick Knit class. I bought a t-shirt, and this was a bag you could buy. I think it was normally $10, but if you already bought something else, it was only $5. So I paid $5 for this bag, which I thought it was kind of cute. But in this one, I just put all of my eyeliners, mascaras. I've got my Gimme Brow. I've got my new Brow Contour Pro that I got while I was actually there, and I used it today. Look at how nice. Brows on point. Thank you. So yeah, that's what was all in this guy. I had a separate bag for lipsticks, which I showed earlier. And this one, I didn't use as many lipsticks that are in here. I did use the glosses on the girls for their makeovers. And then I used a couple of the different colors, but I probably could have packed a few less lipsticks, but you never know, you know? You don't know what you're going to feel that day, or what lipstick's going to go with what outfit. So you got to be prepared. That's all I'm saying. So, and it wasn't too big, you know, it's just a little guy. And I had all my lipsticks in there. This one is a really important tool, and I always bring this with me. It's to do a quick change on your eyeshadow. Super cheap. You can get it online. I bought mine on Amazon for like $5. I've heard you can get them at Walmart too. But all you do is when you want to change your eyeshadow, you just do the brush on there, and then you're good to go for the next color. So it's a really handy tool. I keep it on my table all the time, and I definitely used it when I traveled. Now, as far as my beauty bags, I used a couple different things. I have this one travel bag. I'm not sure where I got this from. I think somebody gave it to me, but it's a great size, and I keep just my basic stuff in there, like your toothbrush, toothpaste. I did a plastic bag with all of my liquids and gels and soaps, which I showed before earlier in the video. In all of my little bags, I would usually shove a little 5-Hour Energy. This one I didn't use, but I think I packed like 3 of them, and we drank one. And I don't drink all of it at one time. I just take like a swig or two if I know I need some energy. But especially on a travel, you know, you don't know if they may have some handy. I don't know if you even use this, but moms, this is a great little tool. I use it all the time. I have my vitamins in here. And this other bag that I ended up using, I believe it came with some kind of toy. I have a couple of these, and it has a nice little handle on the top, and it's a zipper. So what I did is I packed all my like hair stuff, and there's another 5-Hour. You see it? There's another 5-Hour. I throw them everywhere. You know, just different sprays and gels and lotions, things like that. I threw them in here. This one ended up in my husband's bag because I was like, well, you know, it's got to go somewhere and I can't carry it. But I love these bags, you guys. If you have kids and you get toys or whatever, look at the bag that the stuff comes in and see if you can use it for something else. Because I keep a lot of those plastic bags and they've become very handy. I had another one that was very similar to this that I ended up using on my road trip to New Braunfels that we did Memorial Day. It was quite a bit bigger and I ended up just throwing all of the baby toys in there, and it was super handy because you could see exactly what you were looking for because it was clear and I loved it. So these bags, make sure if you see those, don't throw them away. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe down below. If you have any questions about any of the products that I packed, if I didn't give it much of a description, please comment below. And make sure you stay tuned to the next video for traveling with a baby. My baby is a little over a year old, so it was a little bit of a challenge, but I think I prepared enough and I have a little bit of insight now about what works and what doesn't. So stay tuned for part 2 for the Wood Travel series. All right, you guys, take care. Have a great day. Bye.